Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit of life update, health update, just a little bit of a chatty story time, as well as a little bit of a tour of what's going on behind me. I know a lot of you have noticed. If you don't care about the story time part, I'll have a timestamp for just getting to the tour part. Some of you, if you have seen my communities tab, have seen a few updates that my dad has had some health stuff going on this last month and a half or so. He wasn't feeling very good and he called me and he was like, I need you to come take me to the doctor. My dad's very old, by the way. He's 73, which is quite old to have a daughter my age. I'm 27. When he said that, I was like, okay, I'm coming. And so I took him to the doctor. He lives about an hour away from me. Anytime he calls me and says that like, hey, I need your help, it's always, I wouldn't say like overwhelmingly stressful or anything, but the fact that I don't live right down the street from him, it always just kind of completely turns my day upside down because I very quickly am like, I have to get there. This happened ironically on my birthday. I took him down to the doctor. We were really nervous because of everything going on in the world right now. We were wondering if he had the thing. He went in and he did not. They were like, oh, you have pneumonia. They gave him some antibiotics and then he was good to go. And he started taking his antibiotics and he started to feel a little bit better, which was obviously good. But once his antibiotics were done, the next day he was like, I don't feel good again. And so I came back and I took him to the doctor and they're like, oh, you probably just need a stronger medication. And so they gave him a new antibiotic and he was kind of feeling better. And then that week ended and as soon as the antibiotic was done, he went right back to not feeling good. And at that point, I thought he was feeling better. He thought he was feeling better. And I was coming over just to stop by, get him some groceries. I've been helping him with grocery shopping. That's another thing with everything going on. I did not want him going out into grocery stores and everything where that's one of the only places people are still allowed to go. I just didn't want him around other people. So I've been grocery shopping for him. I already was planning to come to his house. This was on April 4th. This was after the 2 weeks of antibiotics. I came to his house with my husband and the dog because the day before he was feeling really good. He thought he was better, that his pneumonia was gone. And so on the 4th, I came over, gave him some groceries, but he was like, I don't feel good again. So I was like, all right, well, let's just go back to the doctor and see what's going on. The second time that he had gone to the doctor, he was in and out really fast. It was no big deal. They were very efficient, very nice. I thought that's maybe what we were going to have happen again. I took him in and then I wasn't allowed in because of everything going on. They're like, we have restricted visitors. So if you're not being treated, you're not coming in, which I didn't really love. I understood completely, but then I was just kind of like, okay. And then I was just sitting in my dad's truck for about 2 hours, not knowing what was going on. And at that point, I'm like, the last time we were here, he was in and out. What's happening? It turned out the doctor came out, which was really, he was like the sweetest man ever, but he came out and he told me at this point, it's been 2 weeks, and if he had something, it would be better by now with these antibiotics. And since it's not, I think it's something more serious. I think you need to take him to the hospital now. It's like, oh, okay. So I did just that. I took him to the hospital once again. I could not stay with him. So I pretty much just dropped him off at the hospital and they're like, yeah, you need to leave. Nicely, they didn't say it rudely, but they're like, you have to leave, sorry. And so I left and then I was just sitting around his house the whole day, not knowing what was going on. And I was just like laying around like, what's happening? Finally, my dad calls me to let me know that he actually has blood clots in his lungs and fluid in his lungs, which they originally mistook for pneumonia, but it wasn't pneumonia. And so he was going to be at the hospital for a couple of days. At this point, I decided it would be best to come out to my dad's house for more than just that Saturday. So I went back home with my husband and we packed up a bunch of stuff and then we came back. We were able to bring my dad home on the 6th. They told us to follow up with his heart doctor to make sure that what was going on with the blood clots and the fluid and everything wasn't a result of something going on with his heart. So I had basically been staying with my dad that whole week. There was one day I went home just to bring some stuff and record some videos. I also brought some books here with me. And then on the following Monday, this was after he had been released from the hospital, I took him to his heart doctor. He had not been doing well since then because he wasn't hardly sleeping at all. He just didn't feel very good, and they told him, you're not going to be breathing very well. That's going to happen. But that, along with just being on these different medications, he's not sleeping well. A couple years ago, somebody ran a red light and they hit on the passenger side of the car he was in, and it broke his shoulder. And so because of his stay in the hospital with like not very comfortable beds and stuff, his shoulder has been all messed up. It's been weirdly kind of rainy where I live, which never happens. I live in the desert. But when the humidity comes, a lot of times it makes these formerly broken bones not feel very good. Anyway, so he just has a whole bunch of things that are not making him feel great. And on top of all that, he was very concerned about having to go to the heart doctor about what they were going to tell him. I think it was really weighing on him. But we got really good news when we went to the heart doctor. They said, your heart is great. It was just not pumping at its full 100% because of the other things going on. But just know that you will be getting better. It's just you're going to continue to experience some things until all of this is completely cleared up. We were so happy about that I was like, oh good, now maybe he'll finally be able to sleep. He's got this weight off his shoulders. That was on a Monday. On Tuesday, he was feeling pretty good most of the day, and he started to not feel that great in the evening. And then Wednesday, I came out. I've been at his house, so I came out. He's always awake and showered and dressed before me, and it's like 6 something in the morning when I come out to say hello, and he's always like sitting in his chair dressed and everything. But I came out and I was like being silly, saying good morning, and he just like didn't even notice me, and he looked in pain, like he looked uncomfortable, and I was like, are you okay? And he was like he could hardly catch his breath. He was panting a lot. And then he told me that I had arranged a bunch of the pillows on his bed because he's one of those people that like sleep on his side. The doctor said right now it would be more helpful if he could try to sleep on his back, but he's so used to sleeping the other way. I'm sure a lot of you understand this. He's so used to sleeping the other way that it was hard for him to sleep on his back. But I arranged all the pillows very comfortably. He told me it was very comfortable for about 3.5 hours. He slept pretty well. Then he woke up drenched in sweat, I guess, and couldn't hardly breathe at all. It took him a while to finally be able to breathe a little better. And he was telling me that, you know, with the room being dark, and honestly with him being sleep deprived, because it was basically a whole week where he was hardly sleeping, that he just like, you know, it's like when you're feverish and you have like fever dreams, the way the shadows look different to you. And it was just, his head was all fuzzy, and I was obviously hearing all this, like, this does not sound like normal recovery. I was like, I feel like maybe we should take you back to the doctor. And he's like, well, let me try to take a nap and see if maybe that will help. Tried to take a nap, didn't really work. I came back out to see how he was doing, and he was like back in his little recliner, like hunched over, once again, breathing really heavy. Just, my dad's a tough guy too, and he's in really good shape, like fantastic shape for his age. Everybody has always been shocked when they hear my dad's age because he speaks well, he's always like standing well, he's in great shape. And so seeing him like this, I'm like, this is not normal. So I was like, okay, I think that we really need to consider taking you back to the doctor. And so first he had me call the heart doctor that he saw on that Monday, the sweetest woman in the world. Oh my gosh, all of you healthcare workers out there, you have no idea how much you're appreciated. The fact that she gave us like her phone number in case anything came up, and she was so willing to have a conversation with me. And anyway, she was so friendly, and she just basically said she would encourage me to take him back to the hospital if the breathing has worsened, but she wanted me to call his primary care doctor. I called them. Another sweet lady who like recalls my dad, and she's like, tell your dad I said hi. She was just the nicest woman, but she said the same thing. So I took him back to the hospital, and more fluid had developed in his lungs. And so now he's still at the hospital. That's where he's currently at. As a result of all this like month of just craziness, my husband and I have decided that we are probably going to be living with my dad. There's room in his house for us. He would like for us to be here to help him. I would like to be here to help him. Fortunately for us, my husband's work is about halfway between where we were living and my dad's house. So it's been a little bit more of a drive for him, but not too bad. Plus, my dad has a backyard and we have a dog. And so if I need to take him to the doctor or something, it's actually really easy. It's easier here because I can just let the dog out. Whereas at our house, we don't have a backyard. So then I'm like, what do I do with Luna? Anyway, so that was a lot of information. He's okay now. I mean, the doctors are just continuing to monitor what's going on, try to figure out why all this is happening. I don't mean to be rude at all, but I don't need anybody trying to speculate what's going on. The doctors are great. They will figure it out. I just wanted to update all of you so that you now have an answer for as to why my background's looking different. I know there have been a couple of videos that I've gone up that I pretty much answer no comments for, and then there are other videos where I'm answering a bunch, and it's pretty much because sometimes I'm like sitting in the car waiting for his doctor's appointment to be over and I'm just answering comments on my phone or something. Anyway, that's the gist of what's going on, but I thought to end this on a positive note, I would show you the space that I'm recording in and give you guys a little tour of this bookshelf, which isn't really a bookshelf, but I wanted you guys to get to see it. I thought it'd be kind of fun. My dad is doing okay. He's called me a couple of times from the hospital, so he's all right. He's good. He just needs to be with medical professionals right now and not me, somebody who's just stupid and is like, I'll make your pillows look nice. This is the bookshelf. It's actually this really old, beautiful hutch that we found years ago at a secondhand store, furniture store. And this thing, oh my gosh, me and my dad and my older sister had to like haul this in to this room by ourselves, and it's so heavy. Right now I have the doors open, but I really like the detail in the glass here. I just think it gives that like farmhouse look that I think is adorable. I think it's just so cool. I can't wait till we have all our books here and then we can decide which ones we want to put in there. But I thought not only would I give you a little tour of that, I thought I would show you this room too, because this is going to be our bedroom. So right now this is just a spare bed my dad had, and we have our bedding on it, but our bedding is for a queen, and this is a full size, so that's why the blanket's like way too long for it. But this room is so cute, and fun fact, my dad built this entire room. This just used to be his backyard, and when my parents split up, my dad moved into this house. It's technically a mobile home, and he wanted my sister and I to each have our own room. So this room, and then, sorry, I don't want to make you guys dizzy, but like there's a room over here also. That's donation stuff. Anyway, both those rooms he made for my sister and me, so we'd have our own rooms when we came to Dad's house. So yeah, he built all of this, and here's a picture of me and my sister. I'm the somewhat confused but happy looking fat baby, and my sister's the one smirking like, I'm only doing this for you, Mom, but I find that one annoying. I forgot to throw our throw blanket onto the bed. There's our throw blanket thrown onto the bed. But then we also have this dresser, which is kind of like currently our video game storage / a couple of articles of clothing. But this was also a secondhand piece of furniture that we got, I think, from the same place. And then same with that nightstand. I eventually want to fill this with real flowers, because right behind our room, my dad has a bunch of rose bushes back there. This door leads to a back patio my dad also built like by himself. So I get to oh look, it's Luna Bear. Hi Luna. I get to wake up and come outside to the patio. Hi. Were you wanting to be in here? No one else is home. She's out of here. She's looking for my dad. It's so cute, but also really sad. We have our extra throw blankets here, and then of course my ice beverage. I'm always drinking these. They are no sugar and they have caffeine. I drink like 3 of these a day. I've always joked that I really want them to sponsor me because it'd be the most genuine sponsorship ever, and I drink so many of those stupid things. I've been drinking them out of this tumbler that I got from this brand that I am going to be partnering with for a video soon. I'm super excited. The video is going to be, I think, really funny. But the brand is called Teamy, and they have tea. They also have skincare products, and then these really cute tumblers. The bottom part unscrews, so you can put vitamins or, I don't know, a little snack if you want, if it's small enough. They have stuff that you can store down there, but I really like it because then it doesn't sweat the condensation doesn't get on your furniture and stuff, which is really nice. I love my disposable straws, so I actually just stick a disposable straw in here. But I'm super excited to try their tea. Apparently it changes colors, which is really fun. They did give me a discount code. This particular video is not the one I'm working with them for, but oh my gosh, I love these tumblers, so I'll have the discount code linked in the description bar. But I have a giveaway going on for this planner. I'll let you guys know what I'm reading, and then I'll do that after. I'll talk about this little planner. It's a Go Girl planner, and it's this really pretty lavender, and I'm going to show you the inside. It has these really pretty tassels. It comes with a bunch of extra stuff for organizing, but it has all these tassels, which I think are so convenient. I love that it has multiples and that they're different colors. And it's the kind of planner where I'm sorry, I have like the ugliest, like weird, gross hands. Anyway, it's one of those planners where you write in the dates and everything, which is so nice because I don't know about you guys, but I'm the kind of person that I am 100% in when it comes to my planners. And then something will come up and I don't look at my planner for 2 weeks. And then I just feel like, oh man, I've wasted so much paper. And this one's great because you don't have to worry about that. You write in it when you're ready. There's kind of the monthly view, and then you can have other pages that are a little more in depth, which is really nice. And those tassels can have it be easy back and forth access. They also have a little thing in the front, how to use this planner, which is cool. But yes, it's this really pretty color. To enter, just comment below and put Go Girl Planner in your comment so I know that you have entered. So that way if somebody else comments and they're not interested in the planner, then I won't have you entered. But yes, I'll have them linked down below as well. And lastly, what I'm reading also. It's just begging to be played, but it came out right around when all this craziness started, but that is obviously the least of my concerns right now, but I can't wait to play that. Oh my gosh. I played the demo. So good. Anyway, so I still haven't finished The Night Circus, unfortunately. When I first came out here, I didn't bring my books because I didn't think I would be reading when I came out that one Saturday to my dad's house when everything kind of went into chaos. So I haven't read any more of this, and it was last month's buddy read, so I need to get on it. You know what? This one, Malazan fans, you guys are the best. That one buddy group is amazing. I'll have it linked down below. And I know that when people ask, like, oh, when are you going to read this? Or when are you going to be done with that? When's your review? You guys are just saying that with love. It doesn't annoy me at all because I completely understand the feeling of wanting when somebody says, hey, I'm reading this book, and it's your favorite book or one of your favorite books. You're just so excited and you can't wait to hear what they think. And I have just let you guys down time and time and time again. I feel like this particular time you guys will be really understanding. You've always been understanding, but I think it makes sense that given everything that's been going on, I haven't picked up this book, but I still have it all tabbed up. I still want to surprise you guys one day and just have a review up. I'm hoping for the review to be up in May. We'll see. So, I have instead picked up some shorter books. I have Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim, and I am really liking this book. It follows a girl who is a master seamstress, and her father is asked to participate in this competition to become the emperor's tailor, basically. But he has kind of lost his skill because of some sad circumstances, and so our main character, she decides to disguise herself as her brother and go in her father's place because they would accept her brother as well. Because in their society, women can't be master seamstresses, master tailors. So she goes in her brother's place. Then I also picked up The Queen of Blood. Anyway, I just want to say thanks so much for listening if you're still here. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate all of you. I really want to say thank you to my patrons on Patreon because with everything that's going on, we've DoorDashed a lot of food, and your guys' support has definitely helped pay for that. But anyway, thank you so much. I hope all of you are doing well, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.